That's how I do it. I could, but I teach the Chinese kids. They don't usually capitalize. No. Hello, my name is Cindy, and welcome to my channel. And I have some friends here today. I'm so excited. Yes, hello, Evelyn Joy, and hello, Kelly, and teacher Rebecca. And I'm so excited. All these friends, we all met through teaching online as well as YouTube. Like we both work for the same companies, and then we all did like channels that would help other teachers in this company, VIP Kid. And for me, I quit teaching pretty much because I went back to school and taught full time. And then this past summer, I actually picked it back up just for a part-time job. And I was able to make about $100 to $200 a week for the summer, which for me, I thought that was pretty good for an extra job. And it was, something to do, and it was fun. It brought me back to memories. But I'm also teaching in person, and I know Evelyn Joy, she's teaching in person. She's mentioned things on her channel, and Kelly Tag as well. So we've kind of what they call pivoted, but kind of today I wanted you guys to give me a little bit of update on maybe your YouTube channel, as well as what you're doing for work, any kind of important information that you want to share. And we'll just take turns. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay, so Evelyn, why don't you go first?
Hi, my name is Evelyn Israel. Evelyn Joy. My name is Evelyn Joy on TikTok and on YouTube and on Facebook. So, Joshy, stop. I'm a mom of 4 kids. You might hear one of them mocking me right now. So I'm Evelyn Joy on YouTube, and I do TikTok now as well. And I sell jewelry, homemade jewelry on Facebook. So yeah,
Awesome.
and I work as an ELL aide at my 4 children's school, and I teach Spanish on Outschool. So yeah.
Very good. And you're still doing Spanish even though you're teaching in person?
Yeah, I just teach 1 or 2 classes in the evenings during the week, and then I teach on Saturdays, and I have Sunday off.
Great. Excellent. Okay. Kelly, how about you?
Okay, well, after VIP Kid went away, I worked at Outschool for a little while. Then when it was time to go back full time, I went to the classroom. Right now, I'm a special education preschool teacher. I've been back at work for 2 weeks, 1 week without the kids, and I just finished my full week with students for the first week. So that's where I am. Oh, and my YouTube channel pivoted along with me. I was doing a lot of content about online teaching, and I switched it to more classroom teaching type videos, which I feel like is sort of switching my niche, but sort of not, because a lot of teachers do both. So,
right, yeah. Okay, and how about Rebecca?
Hi, I'm a mom to 3 kids. 2 of them are now in school, and only 1 is at home during the day. I still teach online during the day because I have a toddler at home. So I'm mostly at Outschool. I do a little bit of English to kids over in an Asian country in the early mornings, just on weekends. Most of my Outschool is private tutoring, math and English to K through 2. That's my jam.
Oh, good.
Young ones. And then I still have a science experiment class, a group class that I teach a couple times a week.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. And Rebecca and I were able to teach together on Outschool for some group teaching camp in the summer. That was really awesome. And that kind of fizzled out for Outschool, but it was a really great resource. And as far as Outschool in my state, we have this new fund for people that either homeschool or they send their kids to someplace other than a public school. they have a little fund, and out school actually can be paid for with that money. It's called the Education Freedom Account. So if there's homeschoolers or whatever and they want to try out school, they teach like music and other things other than academic classes, but they also do reading and like science classes. Like when I homeschooled, I hated doing the experiments, although that's the whole reason why you do homeschool, so you can do the experiments. But it's like, I don't want to make the mess, so we'll dissect the frog on YouTube. So yeah, that was really fun. And then Kelly and I met a couple weeks ago, actually, in person. So that was really fun. She drove over an hour to come see me at my sister-in-law's house. That was really amazing to be able to meet up in person. But it was weird because I felt like I already knew her. Felt like we already knew each other in person.
And we did.
Even though we hadn't like hugged each other yet.
Right.
But and then I know Evelyn and Rebecca met this summer. So that was cool. So tell us a little bit about that.
So my family and I went on a cross-country road trip, and I knew we were going in Evelyn's area. So I reached out to her and go, hey, can we meet up? And she's like, yeah, let's make it work. So it was fun. We've met at a little park over kind of near where she lives while we were on our road trip.
That's awesome. Nice. And your road trip included what? Going to the state capitals?
Yes. Yeah.
I think that is so cool.
My family, my husband and I started going to different state capitals when we were dating. And we've been married for about 13 years now. And in that time, we have seen 24 state capitals.
That is amazing. You should write a book about that. Because
I'm trying to make photo books and have selfie pictures in front of all of them. We went on 5 on this last road trip this past summer.
Wow.
We went from Texas to Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, Indiana, and down to Kentucky to visit family for a while. And then we went through Tennessee, Alabama, and then Arkansas, and then back to Texas.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, when you come this way, you've got, everything's a little closer together.
Yes.
You've got, and if you go to the State House, I can take you in. I have a special badge. I can actually get into the State House.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Anytime I want. I have a card that goes in.
We still have to do the Florida and the certain states, the Midwest, lots of states, and then the New England states.
How about Hawaii and Alaska?
Yeah.
My husband went to Alaska. He's got a friend in there. So he saw that one by himself, but we still count it. But we will have to take a special trip to Hawaii just for that.
Yeah, you should at some point.
Alaska was hard because he has a friend in Anchorage, but the only way to get to Juneau, Alaska, is by airplane or ship. That's it. You can't drive in and out. So he took a plane pit stop, saw the capital, stayed overnight, and then he went to his friend's house in Anchorage.
Okay.
That is really awesome. Well, I have a friend that during homeschool, she took lots of hikes in Ohio, and then she wrote a book about it. And that one took off, and then she did one about restaurants, and she just did another one. So she's written like 3 books just from, starting a family project and then turning it into, I'm sure she makes money. I've tried to have her on my channel, but she canceled me like 3 times. So I'm like, I'll probably have to pay her at this point because she's probably too famous. But anyway, so Evelyn, did you start school already?
Yes, we had 2 weeks. Look, the staff is wonderful. The kids are fantastic. But each week by Friday afternoon, everyone in the building's exhausted.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's why, people say that teachers should go like all year round or something. But when you're doing it, it is exhausting. Especially the younger ones. You teach the younger ones?
So I'm an ELL aide. So they have me helping where as needed. But as the kindergartners have been new, we have 3 different kindergarten classes. And we have a kiddo in each of the classes that are having a really hard time. So we have one child I've been working with a lot, and I've been pushed and hit and kicked a bit.
Oh,
But like
Oh boy.
5-year-old, is scrawny kid, none of it hurts. But just learning the expectations of school, and that he's not the boss of us, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And with little kids, they don't, when they're really little, they're scared. They don't,
Mhm.
everything's new. I mean, we
Yep.
have a nice Christian school. The teachers are like amazing. They're always like over the top friendly. But I've seen little kids come in like crying, and especially the
Oh,
ones
yeah.
we've had some that like don't even speak English, and they send their
Mhm.
kids like 3 years old. And it's
Mhm.
kind of scary, and
Right. Hey, I'm special education. Try
yeah,
nonverbal, and their parents
yeah.
speak another language at home. It's
Wow,
really,
that's
yeah.
crazy. Well, this one little girl, I remember her at the beginning of the year really upset. And by the end of the year, because I don't see them every day because I teach the high school classes,
Mm.
but at the end of the year, she couldn't wait to come back to school. Like she'd be hopping and
Oh.
skipping out of the car. And
Mm.
so it was like, it made me feel better because I feel so
Yeah.
bad when the poor kids are crying. And I'm like, oh, I hate that. But it's hard. It's hard on kids. It's hard on everyone.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And, that's what we need to do is encourage one another because teaching is a hard job.
Mhm.
And no matter which way you do it, it's a hard job. And that's one thing I think about VIP Kid that was so awesome was the support that we had
Mhm.
for each other and just encouraging each other and giving each other tips and giving that like support, even like people praying for each other and all of that kind of thing. So that maybe we can kind of foster that and, reach out to each other, even though we're not working for the same company anymore. So,
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah. So thank
Lifelong
you guys. Huh?
Lifelong friends.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing I love about this. I mean, I was looking back when I decided I wanted to get together. I was looking back at some of the videos that we made together. It was just so much fun. We did birthday
Yeah.
parties, didn't we?
Oh,
do a birthday
yes.
party for.
I
I
think,
think we did one
yeah,
for Evelyn once.
we did.
Shower.
A
That
baby
was a while
shower,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember bringing
that
my
was great.
daughter as an infant to some of them, and now she's almost 6.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I think on my channel. I think was your birthday on my channel or somebody's was on my channel. Yeah.
We've done a few, I think. 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember the birthday hats because I had Manicam. You could put the birthday hat on it.
Oh yeah.
I have the props.
The props, yeah. So I've really
Oh.
whittled. Yeah, I love that one. I've really whittled my props down quite a bit. I have
Yeah.
this little backpack and I have a few headbands, but I don't give the secondary rewards anymore. I just give them a star. They do have some little things you can do right on VIP Kid. They have like filters that you can put on.
Oh,
So I'll
yeah.
use those sometimes, but I don't think they really miss it that much. I think it's just
Yeah.
That's amazing that you can get classes on VIP Kids still.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't know how it's going to go once I start teaching because I'm not going to be doing as much during the week. But I'd like to do at least Saturdays, and I'll usually do like maybe 2 or 3 on a Sunday. I tried last week doing a couple at night, but I was so tired.
Oh, I bet.
And the kids at night were not as energetic, like because it's their morning.
Yeah,
So
they
they
just
were
woke out of
kind of,
bed.
yeah, they were kind of very hard to like to teach. You're not really teaching, you're waiting a lot, waiting for answers, and you're like, oh. So I don't know if I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
doing night times, but it's just everything's coming up, like everything costs money. You guys know how it is.
Yeah. Inflation, huge. Yeah.
I was gonna say that too. Working at a school, they're like, "Oh, can you pay $10 for this, $13 for this?" And I'm like, Okay, I don't even get paid for this job until I've worked here for a month. So don't start asking me for
Wow.
money before you pay me. I'm like,
Yeah.
teaching and this and that. I'm like, you're gonna have to wait because the bills come first. So
Yeah.
Right.
All the back to school things, like I'm gonna wait a little bit to buy the yearbooks and pay for the field trips because that deadline's a ways away. As long as I pay before the deadline, we're good. But does it have to be right now? No.
Right.
I just gotta remember so I don't forget.
Right. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I have one kid. When I first started teaching Christian school, I had 7 kids, and they did uniforms. And
Oh,
I
boy.
agreed to the job the week before school started. So I went from homeschool. Within a week, I'm teaching, plus I have 7 kids to bring to school in uniforms.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the kids hated the uniforms. So at the end of the year, they would dump them into a lost and found bucket. And we got everybody at least the shirts. Then I went and bought the pants. But we had to buy pants, shoes, all their books, all their supplies.
All at once.
And yeah, it was a lot. And yeah, people don't, people that are in school all the time, they think it's normal. But when you're used to being able to live on a budget, you aren't, like, I didn't buy my kids name brand shoes. We just bought whatever we could find, and they didn't care. They didn't care until they went to school and they saw what other kids had.
Right.
So yeah. So I have one kid left this year, and I bought him a backpack. It's his senior year. So I thought we got to make this a good one because, it's hard when they're older because you have to let go, but you don't want to. And it's
hard. Yeah. We're dealing with it. My youngest just graduated. So I went through all the senior year stuff last year. So yeah. And I'm not a total empty nester, but I guess you could call me a partial empty nester. My husband and I were just talking this morning. We're struggling with that. It's hard when they grow up. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you don't have, like, what am I going to do when I don't have ball games to go to? I like to cheer. I think that helps your mental health too.
Yeah.
When you're cheering for your kids and you're happy for them, it helps your mental health. And then when that's over, that's why I'm so busy with so many other things, because I need more things to keep me going. And, I want to show my kids too I'm okay. Like, I'm not gonna like fall apart just because they grew up.
Right.
But half of me wants to.
Right. And there's part of me that's looking forward to my own thing. But we stopped the sports, I guess, 6 months earlier than I was expecting to, because my son tore his ACL. So it was kind of sad, that I was expecting it to be over in May, and it was really over in February. So
yeah, that's tough. That happened to my son Jerry, although he didn't have his surgery till the following year. But it was very hard, especially seeing your 18-year-old incapacitated. And you're just
the last chance
can get past this.
The last chance to play on the high school sports team. Yep.
Yeah. So Rebecca, has school started for your kids this year?
Yeah, they started about 2 weeks ago as well. And it's nice that both of my girls are in the same school now.
Okay.
That's nice, because that school's K through 12 or K through 12. So now we got a kindergartner and then older. So they're taking care of each other. One drop off, one pickup. It's nice.
That's good. And is that where your husband works too, or?
Yeah, he used to work there, but now he has an online teaching job, full time, with a virtual school.
Oh, cool!
So he's a school U.S. history teacher.
Cool.
With a team of teachers teaching a bazillion kids. And
wow,
lots of work.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but some people work from home too. So we both.
Oh, so you're both working from home.
Yep.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah.
Wow. So how does his pay? Does he have like a salary or?
Yeah, it's a yearly salary.
Okay.
So it's an 8 to 5 job. But if he needs to sneak out to the bathroom or have lunch, he's flexible. As long as he's not in an online meeting, he can do, whatever.
Okay. Great. Well, we have in New Hampshire, we have Virtual Learning Academy, which is kind of like, you don't really have a teacher teaching. It's kind of like work at your own pace, but the teacher monitors.
Yep.
And they do assessments throughout the month and stuff like that. So some of my kids did that, but it's usually for the really challenging classes, like not ones that I would really want to teach personally. But I've been able to pick up a couple private tutoring students, which has been good. And I keep thinking I could do more, but it's hard juggling it yourself. You got to bring the students in, you got to do all the things yourself. So I have one that's Algebra 1 and one that's geometry. So I have like a vision of if I did, say I went out on my own and did a class of Algebra 1, I could do, say, 3, 4, 5 students all at the same time. So I'm kind of thinking about that, but I don't know if I have the faith. I know some people are like, they jump out on a limb, they say, God's leading me to do this, and it works all out. So I'm just like praying about it because I would like to teach for less time for more money.
Mhm.
And I really feel like the students one-on-one really thrive more than when you're in a public school, you have 25 kids and it's just, you learn more when it's fewer kids. But I don't know what the future is going to hold. But anyway, so any other news, guys? You seemed pretty quiet this morning. I know Evelyn's going through a lot in her life.
That's okay. I was just going to say it's really fun working at my kids' school because when I was I homeschooled my kids for 4 years, and at the homeschool co-op, when we would have like all the moms were the teachers, all the kids were the students, so everybody knew each other, right? And so when we would go to the park all together, all the it was like, it takes a village to raise a kid. All the moms could be like, hey, stop doing that, or all the moms are chit-chatting together, and then all the kids are playing together. And it felt like when I went from homeschooling to public schooling, I lost all my community. I lost contact with them. Not that they didn't like me anymore, but just that we never saw each other anymore. So then starting off with public school last year, I felt like I didn't know anyone, and I felt like I'm just dropping my kids off to be raised by whoever, and then I'm just picking them up, and I'm like, I hope it was a good day. I don't know what to tell you. It was difficult going from one to the other. So it's really a nice experience working in their school because I'm getting to know all the students, I'm getting to know all the teachers, and then when we have like a skating party or something, all the kids are gonna be running up to me being like, Miss Evelyn, and give me a hug, and like I'll know everybody. I want to know everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I'm a social butterfly. I want to know the people.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think, so yeah, I didn't really want to homeschool, but that's kind of how I stayed involved because it's good to stay involved in your kids' education. First volunteering, then working at the school and just trying, being on the PTO, just trying to be as involved as you can helps to kind of know what's going on in the school, know the teachers, the other parents. And so,
exactly. Yeah. I want to, and I'm so glad, like last year we prayed over the school year and we prayed for good teachers and we prayed for good classmates and a good school year and everything. And then it was just, I just felt like, letting the baby birds out of the nest, like, good luck with that. But it's like this year, I'm like actually getting to know the teachers that my kids had last year. And it's like, God really answered our prayers and gave us like the best teachers ever. And the whole staff, everybody's wonderful at this school. Like the principal's wonderful. Everyone's fantastic. And I've worked at other elementary schools and this one's the best in my
opinion.
that's
great.
It's really, really good. And like you were talking about class sizes, the difference between a class size of 14 students and a class size of 30 is astronomical. And in school, they have like 14 to 17 students per class. So it's really nice that it's not overloaded with students, but you're able to better meet their individualized needs.
Yeah, that's the same in our school. Like the schools that, like, because I've been involved in the politics lately, and they always talk about how the class size, because people that aren't in the classroom talk about, well, we used to have 25 kids in a class, and so the schools actually, you know, they didn't spend as much money on teachers because the classes were bigger. But it's different, you know, kids have different needs, and I feel like the classes need to be smaller, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm always advocating for the teacher, because I know
You are a teacher.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I am a teacher,
Yeah.
and I understand that, you know, 15 kids, it can be a big difference between 15 and 20. You know, that's 5 kids, 5 more kids. If one of those has you know, is behind a little bit. I mean, I'm a teacher in my Christian school, and my classes are pretty small. And sometimes I have a hard time meeting all their needs, you know, even in my class. And then they're like, oh, you can get extra help. Well, their day is pretty well packed. So if I don't give them the help in 45 minutes, what other time of day can I help them? Because they don't want to get out of art to do math. You know, they don't want to have to leave, you know, their friends to do some extra math, although that's probably what they should do. You know, so it's, you know, you feel like that 45 minutes is so valuable, and you know, the smaller the class, the more you can meet their needs. And then, you know, on the other hand, everybody wants results. They want all the kids to be geniuses, but yet they, you know, you have a lot to do to get there.
Right. The most ridiculous is when it's like the student's a year behind and they want you to not only catch them up on grade level, but then also over the year get them on point to where they're going to be, instead of looking at, well, they might not be on grade level, but they did grow from the last time. Look at that.
Right.
So actually, it was just yesterday, I was talking to a 4th grade teacher that's new at my school that said last year at her last school, she had 31 kids, and now she has 19. And what a big difference. Yeah.
Nice. That is great. Yeah, so that's, you know, I was on the school board, and I was surprised that a lot of the school board information is charts. Like the students take these tests, and then they give charts, and then they say, well, they probably don't always answer the answers correctly, so we don't know how accurate they truly are. I'm like, why are we wasting our time? You know, it's like, bring the teacher in. The teacher knows how the students are doing. You can, as a teacher, you can gauge how things are going. You know, if this entire class is a little bit behind than the class that you had last year, you know, and but we have to have numbers, we have to have statistics, and you know, so that's why I teach math, because I'm like, you will need numbers someday. You need to know how to read charts. You need to know what percents mean. You need to, you know, and all those things. So
yeah, just don't tell them that they won't have a calculator in their pocket wherever they go.
Well, the thing with that is, it's funny, because I have a new tutoring student for geometry, and we did use our calculator because I only had 45 minutes. I'm like, I don't even have time on a Zoom call to do the actual computations. But the thing is, the geometry that I teach, you don't need a calculator, because we don't do that kind of stuff. But the geometry, I don't know. I just feel like there are certain curriculums that just make it way too hard, you know, and just geometry is geometry. You don't need to like pull in things that take them forever. But on the other hand, you will kind of have a calculator, but what if it goes out? What if the internet goes off, or what if all of a sudden doesn't work, and you can't always rely on that?
True.
So I usually teach through 8th grade without a calculator, except I do let them use a calculator for the banking. Like if we're talking about banking, debits and credits, and, you know, like buying a car and it's going to be this percent, I don't make them do all of those computations, because I figure bankers use calculators. Like, or computers, one or the other.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I don't really feel like the computation isn't my biggest thing. It's how do you do it? And you have to be able to do it and the calculator's like a step up from that. Because I think public schools are even understanding now we've gotten cell phones out. I mean, is that all over the country or just New Hampshire?
Virginia did it last year. So
Okay.
our governor made an executive order to get cell phones out of the school. So my son's senior year was his first year not having it. So it was definitely an adjustment. He told me how boring school was. I just wish, and I'm, as a teacher, mostly I agree with it. Just at least let them have it at lunch. So if you need to communicate with your kid, like they could at least send you a quick text back at lunch or something.
Okay.
So that's what I wish.
Yeah, at our school, they always put it in the office and then they let them have it for lunch. But the whole state made a rule, no phone from bell to bell.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't even check it at lunch. And
right.
I think the kids are the high school kids are going to definitely not like, especially Evan, it's his senior year. And I'm kind of like, you've been soft on it ever since I started here. I wish they would have been stricter.
Right.
But I think he's not going to like it. But I think
they'll
get used to it. They'll get
the
used to it.
kids won't like it. And they're not used to not having it. Yeah, my son definitely didn't like it. None of his friends. And my county just got stricter on it. And we had a professional development about it, although it's not as I don't have to worry about it as a preschool teacher, but it's more a problem with the middle and high school for sure.
I saw I saw one high school teacher, a male high school teacher online saying that his state, I don't know what state, passed the same exact rule. And he said, my students in class are raising their hands and answering questions and they're discussing in groups. He's like, you mean it was this easy? All we had to do was just tell everybody
just say no.
Right.
Just say no.
Welcome to the 90s again. We are talking to each other. It's amazing. He's like, so I see the advantage of that. Our school, they don't allow phones or smartwatches.
Same.
The kids got smartwatches for Christmas, but they couldn't wear them to school. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the smartwatches are a problem. I was telling my, because some of the staff they don't have kids, so they don't really know what I'm like. You guys want to get rid of the smartwatches too, because if their phone is if it's in their car, they might be able to reach their smartwatch. So
true. Yeah. So the rules for us at my county and state is that they're allowed to wear it to like track steps or something like that, or the time. But then if they're like playing games on it, it gets taken away.
But you can get text messages. Like even me, like I wear mine because the people are like, the teacher shouldn't be able to do it either. But we don't have bells. So I use my phone to set all of my times for all of my classes. And so I'll wear my watch. So I know when that's the best case, if I remember to put my watch on. But like if somebody texts me or something, it vibrates. It is kind of distracting, even if you're an adult and you don't want to be distracted.
Right. But if you have your own kids too, you want to be available in case of emergency too.
True.
I don't know. I kind of look at it as adults are allowed in the classroom to do a lot of things that kids aren't allowed to do. We're allowed to bring in coffee or something and they're not. So that's just the way it is. Like then when you become a teacher, you get those privileges too. So.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I also have my mother who's, sometimes she calls me.
Oh yeah.
And I always, sometimes I'll even tell the students, I got to just at least pick it up because it could be an emergency.
Yeah. Same with my mother-in-law.
So far it hasn't, but
yeah.
It doesn't happen all the time, but it's good. And, at our school, we've been putting the phones in a basket in the office, and then they could check it at lunch. But I guess that was a little bit of a problem too. I didn't notice it, but they were just like, we're just either they leave them home, or if they have their own car, they can leave it in their car, or they can, if they really need it, they can have special permission to put it in the office, but they can't check it at lunch. So I think it'll be fine. But, you know, I just saw an article recently that said parents should consider getting a landline phone that connects to the wall, so the kids and they shouldn't have any other phone. That's how I grew up.
I know some families have like an old phone that they put on like a phone number on there, and that is the home phone.
Yeah.
And anybody can take that anywhere. So if a kid doesn't have their own personal phone and you need a phone for an after school event, take the home phone. It only has like my number on it, limited text, no apps. And then they can contact parents like after school, say, okay, practice is done. Come pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I always wanted. Like, I never wanted the data on my phone, but it got to a point where they told you had to. So that is definitely, like, my mom, she has a smartphone and she can't figure out how to use it. She's older and she forgets how to use it. And I would like just a regular phone. Yeah, Evelyn?
I just want to say that is so hilarious to me, just how things go round and round back to circle. Because it's like, if we only just had one centralized phone in the house that was just like connected to the wall and like everybody could hear it ring and like somebody could answer it, they could talk to whoever. It's like, that's a home phone that existed.
Oh, mind blown.
We're reinventing what we already had.
I know. Right. We're realizing it wasn't such a bad idea.
Or like people with AirPods, and like now they're inventing like a strap for your AirPods so you don't lose them.
I know. I have 2 sets and I don't know where they are.
Headphones.
Right.
You removed the string. There was already a string.
I know. Like, you get the AirPods with the string, and I'm like, if you do that, what's the point of having AirPods?
Why are you doing
I know.
AirPods?
I know. This headset that I got, these earpods, I got when we were on a trip. I forgot my I don't know what it was, but I had to buy these like at a gas station. Mm-hmm. And then I had to buy this piece so that it would go into my phone. This was like $20 because it was at a gas station.
I need one of those because it's like I just want to plug headphones into my phone.
Yeah, you can get this. You can get this on Amazon probably just for a couple dollars, but I paid $20 for it. So, and this is like the one that I have because it's connected. It's not completely, you know, my AirPods. I don't know where they are at the moment.
Yeah, I find the AirPods don't have as good a sound when you're doing video.
Right.
So.
They don't. So, yeah. Hey, Casey, we wanted to say hi.
Hi, Casey.
We love you.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. So, yeah, Casey, I think the last time we did videos with her way back, and now she's a grandma.
All right. Casey.
Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm a grandma too, but I might have been back there already.
How many grandkids do you have now, Cindy?
We have 9 now. We just had one more born the end of May, and I went out to Indiana by myself. I traveled out there on Spirit. Have you guys done any flying?
No, I've not tried Spirit, and I'm not going to.
Really?
Heard too many bad things.
Yeah, they nickel and dime you for everything, but when you add up all the nickels and dimes, it still doesn't equal what the other airlines would have charged to begin with. So you have to remember that, okay? If you're going to pay $20 for this, $40 for this, it's still cheaper than the other airlines. I just didn't like that they changed our flight all the time.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Last year we wanted to do Spirit because it was cheaper, and we wanted to fly back home Christmas Day because it's always cheaper to fly back Christmas Day.
I heard that.
So we booked that Christmas Day, and then a couple weeks later they sent an email saying, oh, we changed your flight. And I looked, it's like an hour difference. Not a problem. I didn't notice that they had changed it to December 24th. So different in an hour. So I'm like, okay, well, I can leave a day earlier to come back home. Not ideal. We were already going to have Christmas early anyway, like on the 23rd. So it's okay. We'll just leave one day earlier. Well, then a couple weeks later, we got another email back saying we changed the time again. And I looked, they changed it to December 23rd.
Oh.
Like, no, that's the day we were going to celebrate Christmas. Don't keep changing the day.
Wow. And that's 2
So-
days difference from the first one.
Yeah.
Right. So I looked online and theoretically, booked a flight, and there were enough seats on the 26th. So I talked to a little AI chat thing. Okay, you changed our flight. Can you change it to the 26th instead? And they said yes, because they were the ones who initiated the change to begin with. So I just talked to my parents and go, can we stay an extra day? I just come home one day later, and it worked out. But I'm like, stop changing our vacation, because everything revolves around the flight. And you change the flight, you change the housing, you change
and people getting you to the airport.
Right.
Well, when I did my own, I went to Indiana, and to go from Boston to Indianapolis was like $400. To go from Boston to Fort Lauderdale and then back up to Indianapolis was $200.
Wow.
So I said, okay, I don't have any kids. I'll just take the extra long trip. But I'd never been on Spirit. Spirit's like you sit straight. Like you have you can't even cough. You have like no extra space. So it was a little claustrophobic, but I was going to see my grandchild. So I was like, I'm on a mission. I don't care. And I'll just do what I have to do. But the idea was if I pay $200, I can do it again for $200, but I haven't really had time. So hopefully I'll be able to. She's coming out. They're coming out September. So we'll be able to see them in a few weeks, actually. So yeah, so flying that was very enlightening, how many people they can pack on a Spirit airplane. But you mentioned the extras, like before the flight, they'll say, you sure you don't want to check your baggage? If your bag is too big, you'll have to check your baggage anyway. It'll cost more later. And I kept saying, no. Do you want to pick your seat? If you don't pick your seat now, you might get a bad seat. You might want to pick your seat for $20, $30, $50, $100. You can have this seat. And I'd be like, no, I'm going to just keep my original price. I'm going to keep talking to God. He's going to choose my seat. My bag is the right size. And so I never paid another extra dollar. So I only had to pay for my actual flight.
Yeah, but I know you pay for the over the head stuff. Like you can have underneath your seat for free, but over the head costs more underneath. We flew as a family of 5, so we did pay the extra $5 or $10 per seat because we wanted to sit together.
Yeah,
even where our kids split up by yourself, you can sit wherever you want to. But with kids, you're like, we need to be together. I was one adult with the kids,
Yeah,
we'll pay a little bit extra for some of those things.
Yeah, I would too.
But I think there's no treats on there. There's no free food on there. You pay for the soda and anything you want.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're good. We brought our own snacks.
Yeah. Isn't that where all there's a lot of controversial things going on online where people, I think what happens is somebody like pays for a seat, then a family of kids doesn't pay for a seat and asks someone to switch. And then that's where the big online fight. Oh, should you give up your seat for the family? Well, they paid extra, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
If you paid for your seat, I think you should sit where you're sitting. Right. Unless you're okay with the offer. Like if they offer you a seat and you like it, then, but it does put you in a bad position because people don't know like what you paid for. But my first seat was like a 3-seater and nobody was in the middle seat. And I had a blanket I was working on. So I was able to bring my backpack up and finish the baby blanket for my granddaughter on that flight.
Oh.
And I had a window seat. It was perfect. Nice. Yeah, so it was good. All my seats were good. So that was a blessing.
Yeah, we'll be flying in a few months. My little sister is getting married in October.
Nice.
Oh.
Is that the artist?
That's the last one to get married. Yeah, she's the youngest. Is
she the artist?
Yes. No, she's the photographer.
Okay.
The artist is my other younger sister. I got 2 younger sisters.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll be
Well, that's
flying back
exciting.
home for the wedding, and we're flying separately because I want to be there longer.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna fly early with my 3-year-old. That way,
Mhm.
Daddy doesn't have to take care of him. So he can come with me. We'll be there for. We're gonna come 1 week before the wedding, and then my husband and my 2 girls were gonna come like 2 days before the wedding, and then we'll all fly back together like the day after the wedding.
Nice. Oh, that's right. What's the date for it?
It's October, like mid-October. It's near Columbus Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that in a few months or next year?
October. No, this in a few months, like 2 months.
Okay. Wow. Okay, great. Well, congratulations. That sounds exciting.
Yes, and we like
Yeah.
the guy, so it's good.
Very good. Very good. Are your girls in it?
Yes, both my girls are gonna be flower girls. My boy won't be anything because we've heard from multiple sources that do not involve a child younger than 4 in the wedding because they just aren't able to behave.
Process, yeah.
You know, and you know what's going on. They went through all these practices, and all of a sudden it's the real performance, and they're done. They are done with life.
Yeah.
So, my 3-year-old boy, he'll have a fancy dress outfit if we can get him into it. He's very opinionated, as a 3-year-old is. And he'll be there for pictures, but he won't actually have a part in the wedding. But because my brother and I both have siblings, my sister has 6 nibblings to incorporate.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
So
Great.
yeah, we call them nibblings because like nieces and nephews, siblings, whatever.
Oh, that's cool. That's cute. Yeah.
So she'll have the oldest girl will be a junior bridesmaid because she's a little bit too big for a bridesmaid dress and been too young for a bridesmaid. So she's a junior bridesmaid, not a flower girl. And then my 2 girls and one of the cousins will be flower girls. And then the other boy cousin will be a ring bearer with the groom's nephew. We'll be ring bearers together. And then my son will just be an extra.
That sounds great. Okay. That's exciting. Yeah, that's the other aspect of, the family growing up, then you adding new people to the mix.
Yeah. This will be the last one. I mean, we'll have a ceremony for my other sister, but we like the guy too. But my youngest one is going to get married first.
Okay, great.
Yeah, big wedding. When I got married, we were the first one in my family to get married. We didn't have any flower girls because we didn't have any nieces and nephews or little ones around. So we would have, if we had a young kid, we would totally incorporate them. But she has a lot of people to incorporate.
So Casey says she's going flying October for a wedding also. Awesome.
Good month.
Yeah, we actually, that's what I was going to mention too, is like things that you guys did during the summer. I went to see my granddaughter at the end of May, right when school ended. And then, well, right before that, we went to South Carolina because my daughter, Lily, graduated from college and we all met up. Like we got an Airbnb, as many of us could, except for Julie because she was pregnant and having a baby any moment. And so she didn't get to go, but that was really fun. So we rented a big house. And so next year we're looking at trying to do that again because the youngest of my kids is graduating, plus my daughter, Cammie, who's my 5th child, who she's, done a lot of different things in her life, but she is now finishing college. She works full time. She's a manager of a restaurant, plus she's getting her undergraduate degree and she's graduating. So I'm kind of graduating from graduating all my kids.
Yeah. So we should have a party for Cindy. Forget your kids. Party for you.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. But it is a party for me to see them all together and that they all support each other and just that they're all planning. Like this is my daughter, Naomi, who had the wedding in 2020, which that's the last time we were all together, was in 2020. And so she's the one who planned the wedding and she got us all together and it was such a wonderful time. And so she's kind of planning, but we're all like we have to plan, give her all the money. We're going to reserve an Airbnb and, you know, put all of this together. So it's going to take a while. So I'm glad she's doing it and not me, because I'm just, I don't know. My planning ability is not as good as it once was. So, but yeah, so this summer I was able to see them. We also took some of our kids camping, my grandkids. We took the 2 girls, they're 12. We took them camping, and then the same week my daughter drove up and switched and gave us the 2 boys instead. That was different because the 2 girls are 12, the 2 boys are like 9 and 7. So we had to watch them much more closely. But it was a lot of fun. So what did you guys do anything fun this summer? I know Kelly had a whole video about.
Yes, I was gonna say I have a vlog, but I could share a little bit. Yeah, a vlog. I went to New York City. I had a family reunion and went to the beach. So, and I met Cindy. That's on the vlog too.
Yeah. That was really cool.
What did I do in New York City? I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. I saw The Great Gatsby and Hell's Kitchen, which is Alicia Keys' coming of age story. And watch the vlog. You have to watch the vlog.
Yeah, I did watch it, but my daughter Lily, she would love to go to New York City. So maybe we can take Lily to New York City sometime.
Oh yeah, we'll meet up. Tell me when you're going, because I could.
Yeah,
my sister lives in the suburbs.
I am not a city person. I don't really care about New York City, but I would love to go with her. And you know, if I had a friend that's going that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I barely know what I'm doing. My daughter has gotten the subway app. My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, showed her how to use it, and she does all the navigating, and I'm fine to let her do the navigating. So it's kind of nice. Cool. She's like, oh yeah, we're on this train, we're going here, and I just follow. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. And I know you guys, Evelyn and Rebecca, met up. Anything other kind of details? How'd your garden go this summer, Evelyn? You didn't share a lot about it.
I think I grew weeds.
Oh, really?
My life's been too crazy.
It's been
so we harvested a bunch of strawberries, and I'm sure there's probably blackberries out there that we didn't touch. I don't know. I didn't garden this year really. I had some blueberry bushes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It takes a lot of commitment, and blueberry bushes should grow come back every year, and strawberries come back every year.
I didn't have the mental space to garden or the financial capacity, so it's rough years.
Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah, I'm actually going to give away my tower garden because I didn't even do that this year, and I have a friend that his son is homeschool and he loves plants and gardening, so I thought maybe he would be able to. He has the time. He's 13. It could be like a homeschool project type thing, and it's like giving away your child. But I'm like, it'd be better to have somebody using it than me having it sit there wishing I could use it. So yeah, I didn't really do much gardening either. I did plant some strawberry plants, so I'm hoping next year they come back and I'll have some strawberry plants because those will come back every year.
We harvested 40 strawberries at the beginning of the season, but that was about it. I didn't water anything. I just see a bunch of weeds out there growing, and there were random flowers because I last year planted the seeds of wildflowers.
Yep.
Them are perennial, so we might just there's stuff happening in my garden. I just haven't been out there to tend to it at all. So yeah, my oregano plant comes back every year. My strawberries.
Yeah, it takes a lot of commitment and planning and dedication. It's not just for me too. There were a couple years there I really liked getting up every morning and going out and watering it, and it was lighting me up. But then you get to the point where you're just not like in March, I wasn't into growing the seeds. And, you know, I went back and watched some of my videos. What did I do to make this happen? That's where some of your videos can come in handy. You can go back to them yourself and say, what did I do last year?
Yeah. What I've been doing just a ton of is making jewelry to sell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for my mental health, just sitting. Sometimes I'll go live on TikTok and just sit and make tons of jewelry and listen to music, and it's just therapeutic for me. So that's been my therapy this year. And the thing is, with like selling jewelry, even if you like, the nice thing about it is it's not like a perishable item. So if I make a ton of it, it's okay if it takes a long time to sell it, or I could give it as gifts or whatever. But I just like enjoy sitting there and just making earrings and bracelets, and that's been the thing. That's been my hobby, is making jewelry. So
I have to tell you guys, I got an offer to buy my YouTube channel. Somebody wants to buy my YouTube channel.
What? Who?
Yeah.
And who do they want to?
I know.
Like who's buying it?
I'm pretty sure the price is $20.
What?
Is that what they said?
$20. I'm like,
nothing.
seriously? Why are you even bothering?
I know.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
How you doing?
Because pretty soon we're going to be going.
But yeah, that's just a funny thing. I was like, somebody wants to buy my channel. Like, what could they possibly want? And then I saw something about $20. I'm like, that's not even worth my time to think about it.
I know.
I thought I might make a video. Somebody wants to buy my channel.
Oh, you should.
So yeah, I get it. I make dishcloths, but I do want to buy some of your jewelry. I told you.
Oh, me too. I keep meaning to.
One for my granddaughter, one each for my granddaughter, and one for me.
Yeah.
So,
I keep meaning to. I keep forgetting. I'll do that this weekend.
But I'm too bad about choosing, so I feel like I want Evelyn to choose for me and just surprise me. And
you should have an assortment, Evelyn. You should sell assortment 5 of my choice, and then the person,
Or you could say, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then you go,
what colors do you like?
Yeah, what colors do you like? What, sometimes other people pick for me better than I can pick for myself.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm going to do it.
There's some that have like smaller beads and some that have like chunkier beads, and different people have different styles. Like they might want like, hi baby. Okay, go off screen now. Thanks, bye. Sorry.
So Casey is asking if there's a website and how do we find your jewelry?
So yeah, on Facebook, it's a group called Jewelry by Evelyn Joy.
So can somebody just search for that?
Yeah.
Jewelry by Evelyn Joy. Probably with a capital.
Yeah, I use capitals. I can put it in the chat box.
Oh, that's so funny. Because Evelyn was telling me before the session that, do you want to change your C to a capital? And I said no.
Sorry, and I didn't mean to say that like as the first line, but I was going live. My bad.
It kind of shows you I have a little bit of a rebellious spirit.
It shows me you're a math teacher.
Yeah.
English teacher.
Yeah. That I'm a math teacher. Yeah, I'm not an English teacher. But English is my minor, so I do know about capitals, but
proper nouns and
when I have to, I will, but when I'm just everyday life, I just like to, be wild and crazy and not use a capital.
It's fun. Did we lose Kelly? Did she?
Kelly must have something she has to do.
I have 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it's really nice to see you guys. I think I actually will wrap it up. Yeah. And it's good to see you guys. Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for coming. I love that. That is so awesome.
I love that.
That makes me want to get back into my Manicam stuff. Very cute. All right, so Kelly will probably be disappointed if we leave when she's not here. I want to wait half a second. Maybe she'll come back.
I think she lost
She's to
connection.
say goodbye.
Yeah.
She took herself out, so I thought maybe her dog needed help or something. But okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye, and thank you guys for coming, and we'll have to do this again. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming.
Love you guys. Thanks for being my friend.
Thank you for coming.